Today we are going to continue our conversation on measuring to the nearest fourth inch. Again, I have my ruler displayed on my screen. You will also notice that the magnified portion of the ruler I've marked are 1/4 inch, 2/4 inch, 3/4 of an inch, and then our 4/4, which is also 1 whole inch. And so again, if I use my marker to mark above, you'll notice that here's my 1/4, here's my 2/4 or half, here's my 3/4 of an inch, and here's 4/4 of an inch. And again, we'd have 1 and 1/4, 1 inch and 2/4 or half, 1 inch and 3/4, or 2 inches. And so we are going to use some of the shapes to the side of my screen today. We're going to measure to the nearest fourth inch. And so we're going to find out the length of these shapes. And so I'm going to start with my square here. And you'll notice that I'm going to align it right up with the 0 mark on my ruler. And you'll notice that when I do this, you'll see that it ends right on the 1 inch mark. So if I put this shape over here, still measuring to the nearest fourth inch, I would label this as 1 IN in length, so 1 inch in length. Okay, now I'm going to go to my second square, and I'm going to line it up along the 0 inch mark. And you'll notice that as I do this, we're looking at our 1/4 inch mark. So we have 1/4, it goes past the 2/4, and it's almost to that 3/4 of an inch. So if you think about it, it's almost on that 3/4 of an inch mark right here. And so I would say it's about 3/4 of an inch in length. And so I'm going to write down it's about 3/4 of an inch. Now we are going to take the trapezoid, and I'm going to start with the large trapezoid below, and I'm going to align the trapezoid up with the 0 inch mark. And you'll notice that looking at the longest length of the trapezoid, I'm not going to worry about the top of the trapezoid for the purpose of this lesson. You'll see that the trapezoid starts at the 0 inch mark and goes all the way to the 2 inch mark. And so if I take my trapezoid and I take my marker, I'm going to say that my trapezoid, the longest length of the trapezoid is 2 inches. Believe it or not, it's harder to use this marker than I thought. All right, looking at the second trapezoid, I'm going to take my second trapezoid and I'm going to align it with our 0 inch mark. And again, I'm just going to look at the longest length of the trapezoid, so the longest side. And so looking at this bottom portion, I aligned it with my 0 inch mark, and then you'll notice that it goes all the way out to this mark here. And so I'm actually going to take a moment to mark that portion of the ruler, and then I'm going to move the trapezoid away so that we can get a closer look. And so as you think about the length of that one side of the trapezoid, it was past a 1 inch mark, and then it's right about halfway between this mark here and this mark here. So if we go back to thinking about our marks, we have 1 inch, and then